Hey, it's So from So's Real Thoughts, and as we all know, Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so I've compiled a few films about love just for all you lovebirds out there. But hold on, considering I'm a real cynic when it comes to love, and the concept of love is nothing without hate, so in a spectrum of love being here and hate being here, which can so easily fold together and become one, I've compiled 6 films that fill that spectrum. Starting with Titanic on this part of the love spectrum. I probably saw Titanic about 3 times when I was in the 3rd grade. I don't even understand why I saw it so many times. I think it was just the hype. But until recently, when Titanic was re-released in 3D, me and my sister went to go see it, and I really appreciated it so much more. Probably because I understood everything. But and like, man, I didn't even think Leonardo DiCaprio was that cute before, but man, in that movie, he just makes you melt. And I just believed in their, their love at first sight, the beginnings of love, all the butterflies and, all the things you get. And I don't know, I just think it's one of those classic films, especially, him and Rose out in the boat, like holding hands, acting like birds or whatever. But I thought it was really cool, and I think it's definitely a film worth coming back to again and again, because it always satisfies that kind of, craving for first loves. 10 Things I Hate About You, which comes about right here in that love and hate spectrum. How could you not love this modern day adaptation of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew? Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't know, I just loved it. It really captures that teen angsty mood of all of, 90s and still even high school life now. I feel like I think I did see it in high school, and I just connected so much to Julia Stiles, and it's like, how could you not fall in love with Heath Ledger when he sings Frankie Valli's Can't Take My Eyes Off of You? I mean, you just kind of melt. I mean, I preferred Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that movie a little bit more, and thought he was crazy for going for the younger sister, but in the end, you fall for Heath Ledger and his appeal and his badassness, and even the tagline, it says, "How I loathe thee, let me count thee ways." It's like this love and hate relationship that really it's very innocent, and I think it's just really quirky. I loved it. Every scene, every moment where Julia Stiles and like Heath Ledger are having this like old couple bickering, it's just so cute. And like they say in like elementary school, whoever picks on you, they probably picking on you because like they like you or something. But anyways, it's definitely one of my favorite teen movies, and I will always keep it dear to my heart. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I think is one of Michel Gondry's best work, which comes about right here. I really just love the whole concept. It does need a few viewings, because by the time you hit the climax, you are just kind of like, what just happened? What's going on? But the overall message is so powerful, and I love how the message, it's not a spoiler, how the message is that if it's meant to be, it will happen no matter what. And even if you're not meant to be together, it's just like this whole concept is just so brilliant, especially in the way he executed it, and it's just shot beautifully. It's so imaginative, and God, it is so dang sad and pretty and everything and emotional all at the same time. And he really gives you such an emotional roller coaster, puts you through such an emotional roller coaster, and by the end of it, you're just, it's just so bittersweet, and you're kind of left like the characters, like, don't know which way to go, don't know what to say, but just kind of feel content with what happened. It's kind of like that saying, don't be sad if it's over, be glad that it happened, or whatever. I don't know, I love this movie. It just breaks my heart. I love how I didn't realize that I have another film with Kate Winslet, but her as Clementine and Jim Carrey as Joel was just so explosive. Like, these two people I never thought could be together in one scene, and they just make it work, and they're just like fighting it out. And you know, there are those couples who aren't meant to be, but man, it is just such an like emotional to see from like their point A to point B to point C, you know, to Z. But yeah, I think it's one of the greatest movies about love. Then we have Blue Valentine, which comes about right here. It is Derek C. Fran's debut film, and it is just a heartbreaking portrait of love from the beginning to the very end. And he actually made it because it was inspired by his parents' marriage, and he saw how unhappy his mom was, and I think it all ties in, and it's just so heartbreaking and powerful the way you can really feel like the relationship, the beginning of a relationship, whether it is that honeymoon stage or that, you know, you get butterflies and you're so attracted you can't take your eyes off of them, to like you really just fucking hate them, and there's just so much pressure and you can't stand them. And to see that arc all the way through, it is really heart-wrenching and really brings you down. I mean, how can it not? But it was executed beautifully. I mean, I'm not telling someone to watch this on Valentine's Day because that's like really depressing, but it is such a raw portrait of love in general from point A to point Z. It is, I loved it. Yeah, and with that Grizzly Bear soundtrack, how could you not? Revolutionary Road is one of my favorite movies of all time. I even have a poster of it up on my wall, and it comes about right here. It is their, I didn't realize this, it is their first, it is Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio's first film since Titanic, and it's been 10 years after that, and they are a couple and living in the 50s who are in discontent with themselves, the relationship, their own personal development, and it's, I mean, I have a problem, or I really fear being, you know, stuck in one place, and I think that's why I connected to it so much. It is so beautiful, and I'm so sad that Sam Mendes and Kate Winslet broke up, but I love his movies, from, you know, American Beauty, which dealt with, you know, suburbia, to the same kind of theme, and it's kind of shows the ending of a marriage, and it's I can't even, like, so heartbreaking just to see the very last scenes, and what Kate Winslet is pushed, her character April is pushed to towards, because she's so desperate and, you know, wanting something that is so unattainable within the relationship, and kind of that loss of, you know, the spark that her and Leo once had. And it's a great movie. Not even God, I was, after I saw it in theaters, I was just so emotionally drained. I was like, wow, I will never see another movie like that again. But, you know, I love those kinds of movies. I feel like I connect with it more because of my I'm scared to, you know, have that emotional inability to progress and develop and all this stuff, especially in a relationship or even by myself. And it's just one of those great movies that I feel like doesn't get enough recognition. Then there's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which kind of outruns love and hate and all the way to like God knows where, because you will be like amazed how much this aging couple, how bitter and hateful and disgusting they are to each other, and to know that somewhere, some long time ago, that they started from love. And I probably watched this when I was like 17, and it was my first film of Elizabeth Taylor, and I was just so blown away. She was just electrifying. And for her to be playing this role with her real life husband at that time, Richard Burton, it's just kind of getting an insight to what their relationship might have been like. I mean, they got married twice, divorced twice. It's like, I mean, this concept of love and hate comes from somewhere, and I mean, it's kind of like Sid and Nancy, I guess. Obviously, they don't ever end happily. I mean, some might, but usually they don't. This film got nominated for 13 Academy Awards, and even till this date, it is the only film that was nominated for every eligible category. And I'm so glad that Elizabeth Taylor won. It's just one up for the books. You just have to watch this movie, and don't expect coming out like that you'll be remotely like depressed, because you're gonna be like past depressed. You're gonna be like, what the fuck just happened? And it was an all-around great film. I think Mike Nichols is such a unique filmmaker, and he's made so many films about love, but his most recent one in 2004's Closer, starring Natalie Portman, Jude Law, Julia Roberts, and Clive Owen. Yes. It's just one of my favorite movies to casually watch when I'm down or like mopey about love, which I'll probably watch on Valentine's Day. Such a great film. But yeah, he's great. He takes these situations about love and totally spins them around, and he's so unique. And yeah. So I mean, it is one of my favorite movies. I know I could have picked so many other more films about love, like Harry Met Sally, Pretty Woman, I don't know, Badlands, and A Move for Love, but I just think that these 6 films are so phenomenal, just to me personally. Like, we don't have to agree on which films that you would consider like the best. If you like The Notebook, I don't really care. I think The Notebook is great for the category of love. And yeah, I mean, besides these 6 films, I'm gonna list the other films that I think are great films about love on my blog. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are spending with somebody, and like me, I'm probably gonna be like watching movies or something, but hit me up. Alright, well, thanks for listening, and I hope you have a great, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks. Bye.